Imagine a world where the first demigod never fell, where no corpse spread corruption beneath the roots of the Erd tree, where the Golden Order was never truly challenged. In this world, nothing rots beneath the surface. No death root, no undead, no creeping truth that something is deeply wrong. Only perfection. But in Elden Ring, perfection is often the most dangerous lie of all. Welcome to Fractured Canon, where a single change to known stories reshapes whole worlds. Today, we fracture the canon at one of the most pivotal moments in the history of the lands between. What if Godwyn the Golden never died on the night of Black Knives? No stolen rune of death. No Prince of Death. Just a living, beloved heir of the Golden Order. In the original tale, the death of Godwyn reshapes the fate of the demigods, alters the nature of death itself, and leads to the shattering of the Elden Ring. But imagine this: the Prince of Gold never ceases to exist. The lands between are ruled by Queen Marika the Eternal, vessel of the Elden Ring and god of the Golden Order. She removes the rune of death, sealing away true mortality. In this world, death is not natural. It is controlled. Her children, the demigods, rule vast territories. Among them, Godwyn the Golden, noble and powerful. Ranni the Witch, secretive, rebellious. Radagon, Marika's other self, and others who would later tear the world apart. Then comes the night of Black Knives. Ranni steals a fragment of the Rune of Death and uses it to orchestrate an assassination. Godwyn is killed and becomes the Prince of Death. And in response to this horror, Marika shatters the Elden Ring. But this is where the canon fractures. What if Godwyn survives the night of Black Knives? What if the blades meant to kill a god never found their mark? On the night of Black Knives, something goes wrong. The ritual falters, the power of death slips, and when the shadows fade, Godwyn still stands, untouched. The first demigod never falls. In this new world, there is no Prince of Death, no corpse beneath the Erd tree roots, no spreading death root. The Golden Order remains ideologically intact. There is no contradiction, no visible flaw. Ranni's plan begins to unravel. Her entire rebellion hinges on the death of Godwyn. Without it, she cannot fully sever her fate from the greater will. She may still escape into her doll form, but her defiance is incomplete. At this moment, a very important question arises. What does Queen Marika the Eternal do when her son still lives? In canon, Godwyn's death is not just a tragedy. It is the trigger. Without that grief, without that cosmic injustice, does Marika still shatter the Elden Ring? With the flow of events in this timeline, Marika never had a reason to break the ring. The shattering war never happens, which means General Radahn never descends into madness. Malenia never unleashes scarlet rot across Caelid. Miquella may complete his Halig tree in peace. The lands between never fall into ruin. Power remains centralized, and at the center of that power is Godwyn, the perfect symbol of the Golden Order. He becomes its champion, or even its successor. A world without fracture becomes a world of stability, but also a world without change. But here's the twist. This might actually be the worst possible timeline. Without Godwyn's death, something subtle but critical is lost. proof that the system is broken. In Canon, Undeath exposes a terrifying truth, that the Golden Order's control over death is unnatural, unstable, incomplete. But in this timeline, that truth never surfaces. There are no undead to question existence, no death root to spread doubt, no prince of death to embody contradiction. The people of the lands between continue to believe that order is perfect, and death is solved, that the Erd Tree is eternal, and most importantly, that rebellion is unnecessary. This doesn't create freedom. It creates ideological stagnation, a world where nothing is obviously wrong, but nothing can truly evolve. It becomes clear that Godwyn's death is not just a plot point. It is a revelation. It exposes the hidden cost of the Golden Order, a system that denies death but cannot escape it. By removing that event, the symptom is removed, but not the disease. The greater will's control remains absolute. The illusion of perfection remains unchallenged. And characters like Rani lose their strongest justification for rebellion. In a sense, Godwyn's survival doesn't save the world. It traps it. A world where Godwyn never dies is a world where nothing forces change. No collapse, no reckoning, no need to question the system. And that raises a deeper question. Is suffering necessary for truth? In Elden Ring, it is only through loss, decay, and contradiction that the illusion of order is finally broken. Without Godwyn's death, the Golden Order doesn't fall, but it also never reveals what it truly is. Perhaps the real tragedy of Godwyn is not his death, but that if he lives, no one ever realizes something is broken. Every world has a story it tells, and another it tries to forget. Here, we explore the fractures, because sometimes the truth of a world is not found in what happened, but in what almost did.